Hello and welcome to my very laid back stream in celebration of the second anniversary of the Armed Fantasia and Penny Blood Kickstarter. Yay! Omedetou gozaimasu! Yatta ne! I do kind of have a plan of what I want to do, but it's basically just going to be me talking the majority of the time, so please don't expect too much. So I do kind of have a plan. We can take a look at that right now. So this is very generally speaking what my plan is. Oops, hold on a second. Da-da-da. No, not that. Not that. This. 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 ちょっと待ってね. This one. Yeah, sure. This one. Alright, so this is just very generally what I want to talk about. So, since this is the second year anniversary of the Kickstarter, I wanted to kind of like reminisce about all the everything that's happened prior to now, like all the major turning points and stuff. So, we'll probably be going through a lot of the old updates and stuff. And then I want to go into more of the question and answers that were revealed in the Discord and such. There's a really nice post on Reddit that put all the questions and answers together in one easy to view area. So I'd like to go through that a little bit. Next, I would like to talk. The composer, Yoshitaka Hirota, he has a lot of things going on recently. So, like, just a couple weeks ago, maybe a month or so ago, I'm not really exactly sure when it was, BitSummit. It was probably a month or so ago by now. But he had a booth where he featured a bunch of his music for Penny Blood and Penny Blood Hellbound at the Cryware booth at BitSummit. So I want to really thank everybody there, everybody at Cryware. It's really interesting because the way that we say the name of that company in English is very different from the way it's said in Japanese. It's CRI-ware, CRI-ware, but in English we say Cryware. So anyway, just so that people understand what the heck we're talking about. But yeah, there was a really nice collaboration at the Cryware booth at BitSummit this past, I don't know, a month or so ago at BitSummit in Kyoto. That was in Kyoto. So I'd like to go over a little bit about that. There should be some photos and stuff. I didn't collect those photos, so I might have to go searching for it again. So it is what it is. And then lastly, Hirota-san also has some really amazing concerts planned for next month. In about 2-3 weeks. I think it's 3 weeks from now. So the middle of September, he's got some gigs going on in Kyoto and in Tokyo. So I plan on covering all of those as much as I can. So please stay tuned to that. I will try to write as much about it that I can in English and really kind of report on those events as much as I can. So I'd like to talk a little bit more about those as well, because I've been trying to promote those on my own social media. So if you ever see me posting like every day about those things, that's why. So thank you very much. Yeah, so that's the agenda for today. Regarding this background illustration, isn't this amazing? This is artwork by a really good friend of mine on Twitter. Now I will show you his Twitter. Now hold on one second. I didn't get it ready, so one sec. Okay, so this should work. Let's try it. One moment. I gotta figure out which one. I think it should be this one. Yeah, so this is his page here. Don't miss what's happening. Oh, it might not let me because this is incognito. But anyway, yeah, so this is his page. It's Kuba on Twitter. So he's done all sorts of amazing artwork. He's also a huge Kojima fan. So you'll probably see a ton of his works. Like recently he did like a happy birthday illustration for him. I'm not sure if I'll be able to see it here. Yeah, since this is incognito, but you can check out his stuff. It's super amazing. And actually, it's this illustration that I will be using for a fiction-based doujinshi, so a self-published book. I plan on publishing that at the next Komike, so the comic market in December. So I printed it out on a couple t-shirts. So I will be using these for promotion, promotional reasons, for purposes of promotion, to promote the game. I will be wearing this at Tokyo Game Show and probably some other events and stuff that will hopefully get stuff seen, I guess. Hello, welcome. Yay! Irashaimase. Yeah, so that is that. All right, so how about let's take a look again at our agenda. So we're going to go through, okay, so the beginning of the Kickstarter. Now since I'm in incognito, it might not work, but we shall at least see. Let's see, where did it go? All right, so that's Kuba. All right, so this is, oops, we're getting error messages here. Open Studio. YouTube is not, what? Dropped frames. What does that say? I can't read that. I'm getting a weird error, so if something should happen, please let me know. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain stream. Bullshit. Bullshit. That's absolute bullshit. Anyway. Okay, so let's continue. If there's an issue and we get disconnected, I'll just start it again, so don't worry. This is just a very, not a very, casual stream, so don't really think too much about it. Hi. Alright, so let's go. Let's take a look. Alright, so this is the Armed Fantasia Penny Blood Kickstarter. It started... There was a date here. I want to say in Japan. See, this is the thing, because people were already talking about it yesterday, but it was like, since we have jet lag and stuff, like the time differences. Hold on. I think it says it at the very bottom. So these are all the rewards and stuff. Oops. Yeah, see? Here we go. So this is August 30th is when it started. August 30th was when it started here in Japan. Now that's probably different for other regions where it's probably August 29, I guess. I don't know. And it ran for 32 days until the beginning of October. So all of September basically was the main campaign timeline, I guess. So let's just take a really quick look. I'm going back and back and back. Okay. So although this is a dual campaign, I'm not really going to focus too much on the Armed Fantasia aspect of things. I am also a huge Wild Arms fan, so yeah, there is that, but I really want to focus more on Penny Blood because I think that the Armed Fantasia side has more of a, I don't know, more games in that series were released than there were in Shadow Hearts, so I think that they have a little bit of a head start kind of thing. So I would like to give all of my attention to Penny Blood and the Shadow Hearts side. So let's take a look again just to review what was going on. So check that out. So yeah, I do understand that this was a dual campaign, but holy crap, 17,000 people, almost 18,000 people pledge to this for, dear God, what is this? This is shit. This is in Japanese yen, so hold on. So that's also important because Japanese yen is really weak right now. So that looks like it is. Let's write this down because I have trouble with numbers. So hold on. Get rid of this. Okay. So just generally speaking, that's about 2.5 million. 2.5 or 2.6? Did I just mess that up? 2.6. Oh, okay. 2.6. Not hold all. Okay. Dang. That's pretty nuts, yo. So 2.6, but still that really doesn't go very far, especially when you cut it in half. If each side gets half of that, dear God. I mean, it's gonna help literally kickstart the thing, but it's not anywhere near what they need to like continue the project on its own. That's why you need a publisher. So what is that? 2.6 million. Oops. 2.6 これかな? Divided by 2. Yeah. That's just a little bit over $1 million. Yeah, that's not gonna go far. It's probably done. Honestly speaking, it's probably done. They've probably reached that already. It's been 2 years. Holy crap. 2 years divided by 24. That's about 54,000. A budget of 54,000 a month. Oh, that's really not much at all when you're talking about paying people salaries and stuff, you know? When you imagine one person is at least 2.5, what, 2,500 a month? Yeah, so, okay. All right, so let's check this out again. So, but still, that's amazing though, because this was like completed within the first couple days, wasn't it? I think it was like the first day. It was like they hit their first goal. So these are all the what is it called? The stretch goals and stuff. Yeah, with each additional kind of what is it? Donation, whatever. They reached like a special goal or whatever. I don't know. I can't articulate it very well. So that's all the Armed Fantasia. Okay, so let's look at the Penny Blood stuff. So it's talking about, okay, the games. So Penny Blood, Malice, and Mayhem embark on a dark investigation through the iconic Roaring Twenties, amassing allies and confronting traumas in a world twisted by cosmic horror, malice, and mayhem. Circumnavigate the globe from the USA to Europe and Asia, and explore nations either recovering or basking in the wake of one of history's bloodiest conflicts, oblivious to the turmoil that brews beneath the surface. Choose wisely and train your trigger finger with the Psycho Sigil battle system, which pairs classic JRPG turn-based battles with intense real-time action. Penny Blood promises to sink its claws into you as it revives the darker side of Japanese RPGs, with direction from Matsuzo Machida, character designed by Miyako Kato, and music and sound composed by Yoshitaka Hirota and Akari Kaida. Devilish. Alright. So, The setting of the game takes place in 1923, 5 years after the First World War. Exhausted by the tribulations of the Great War, Europe experiences a fleeting sense of peace as a new storm begins to brew on the horizon. Meanwhile, across the pond, the U.S. flaunts the growth it has gained from its support during the war. Now, in the midst of the roaring 20s, they are wholly oblivious to the beings from another plane that steadily invade its borders. Ooh. Our story begins with Matthew Farrell. Or is it Farrell? I don't know how to pronounce that. That's an Irish name, yo. Maybe it's Farrell. 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 They had to get rid of the O when they came over to America, right? A private detective working for the Bureau of Investigation, the BOI, who is one day tasked with looking into a bizarre incident at a mental asylum. Mental asylum! We've heard a lot about that recently, haven't we? Hold on. Bizarre in a mental asylum in New York. Rushing to the scene, he finds the asylum teeming with grotesque, rampaging creatures and utilizes his hidden power to achieve a narrow victory. Ha ha! No, we're not doing that. In order to unearth the truth behind the incident, Matthew's investigation will take him from America to the distant continent of Asia, including Japan and China, as well as the far-flung corners of Europe. Along the way, he will encounter those who fight for vengeance, those who seek to use the apparent horrors for their own gain, and those who purely wish to destroy. Ooh. The stage is set. Prepare to embark on the tale of a man who must become that which he seeks to vanquish. Oh, that's gonna be so good, yo. Because that's the whole point, right? He's so, like, enshrouded in his own darkness that he has to defeat, right? Because he doesn't want to give in to the darkness, but that's also, like, his greatest power, right? Oh, it's so good. Hello, welcome. As far as we know, we're still waiting on word about a publisher, so we don't know yet. There should be another update at the beginning of September. I would assume we should hear something more towards, like, TGS, so that's going to be at the end of September. So next month. Next month, we've got a ton of things going on, so I would imagine that they might want to wait. Even if they haven't heard, either way, I think they're going to wait until next month to reveal anything. The next update, I doubt they're going to say anything. Because honestly, if they already have secured a publisher, I think they're going to wait until after TGS, or maybe release something for TGS during TGS. So that's going to be the end of September. So, all right. Would you like me to read some more, or shall I go to the other topics on my list? I'm not the greatest reader, so let me know. So what we're doing is just the flashback of the Kickstarter. We're just, like, reading. If anyone wants to, I kind of want to read a little bit more. So, all right, just let me know and I'll stop. So about Matthew Farrell. I don't know how to say that. Somebody please tell me how to correctly pronounce that. It's an Irish name, so. A lone wolf detective in New York. Despite hating the accursed powers he inherited from his father, he utilizes his fusion transformation abilities to hunt down monsters at the behest of the Bureau of Investigation. Normally, Matthew uses a sawed-off shotgun and martial arts to subdue his foes, but when in peril, he can fuse his soul with the Dark Knight Berserk, shedding morals and mercy in exchange for overwhelming power. Now, hold on. Now, Dark Knight Berserk. Now, that's... What was the dude's name? Denma? Wasn't it Denma? Chotomate. Alama. 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 I want photo. What? So. Koitsu. Koitsuです. Oh, this is Reddit. Ma. Oh, so. Oh, sorry. I'm pronouncing it wrong. It's Demna. Demna. I reverse it. Demna. So this is supposed to... Ooh. Okay, hold on. So this dude is supposed to represent the loneliness within Matthew's soul. Which is interesting. That's his first thing. What element is this? I entirely don't remember. I didn't review that. Sorry. That's obviously fire. That's obviously ice or water. Yeah, I haven't reviewed those, so I really don't remember. A lot of those were revealed during the Kickstarter. I just really don't remember. The less I know, the better for me. So yeah. I kind of don't wanna. I don't wanna remember. Hold on a minute. I don't know why the screen is that far down. Wow, that's strange. But yeah, I'll make it bigger. Guess you don't need to see the whole thing. That's super strange though. Hold on. Undo. But yeah, I guess it's okay. You don't need to see the whole thing. Okay. ですね。そうだな. And then we have the next main character is Amelia Dawson. So she's a member of the UK Secret Service. Amelia's legs, left arm, and left eye were replaced with the latest in robot technology after losing almost half of her body in a terrible accident. I really want to know what happened. Like, how the hell would someone get shredded that badly? I really want to know what happened. Hold on a minute. Let me look at the chat. There might be an issue with the stream. I'm not really sure. I am getting an error message, so I don't know. I haven't seen that in a long time. I don't know why I would be getting that error message, so hold on a minute. Let me turn off. There might be other things going to my Wi-Fi. Error. Yeah, I don't know. There might be a lag. Sorry about that. If it gets really bad, I'll restart. But if it's not that bad, then I'll keep going. Yeah, so we're reading about Amelia. Meanwhile, the hereticore, I don't know how to say that, implanted in her chest serves as a reactor, supplying her body with a constant stream of superhuman energy. Yeah, so this thing, that green thing, like, at the base of her neck, I guess? It's like a reactor of some sort. Pretty weird. Hmm. So would she technically be considered a cyborg, I wonder? If she's missing that much of her physical body, it might be. Hmm. Interesting. All right, so Suseri Otsuki, a Shinto priestess working for the Kamuzumi, a task force assembled to combat the otherworldly monsters that have been purging Japan. After Matthew and Amelia help her protect Asakusa from Motofuji, from a Motofuji assault. So Motofuji is just the general name of all those kind of monsters, right? It's not one specific boss character. It's all in general. From a Motofuji assault, she decides to aid them in their quest. Her weapons of choice are the Kido magic arts, passed down by her spiritually gifted ancestors. Kido. I don't know what that is. It's kind of like ki. I'm not sure. Hello, welcome. We're just reading a little bit about the Kickstarter, and then we're going to go on to other things. So, gameplay. Penny Blood's gorgeously rendered overworld maps give a bird's eye view of cityscapes and towns that will teleport you to the 1920s, where you can experience the world as it was, unaware of the gruesome events soon to unfold. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's so good. It's such a good scene. You know who you are. From busy streets to haunting sanitariums. What's a sanitariums? I can read. Don't mind me. Delve into beautifully detailed field maps as you purchase items paramount to your quest, investigate supernatural happenings, and battle Stygian monstrosities. I can read. Stygian? Not hello. I suck at reading, don't mind me. Now, what was the deal with the various letters that are in red? I think that was like a game or something that they had going on that was supposed to spell something, but I totally don't remember what it was. You had to like scramble the words, the letters and stuff together. It was interesting. I do remember that, but I don't remember what the answer was. Hi. Going on. Easy to learn, difficult to master. The Psycho Sigil system combines traditional turn-based JRPG strategy with Twitch trigger reaction time in order to maximize the potential of your attacks, keeping you on your toes with every encounter. Then embrace the darkness within by using fusion to call upon the abyss and fight fire with fire. Harness the power of the darkness to hurl demons back whence they came. Ha ha ha. I love this so much. Hello, welcome. Yeah, the style and the character design is really good. I mean, obviously it's going to be since it's Kato. So she's awesome anyway, so. Oh god. All right, so let's continue. Oh yeah, the sequence here. Oh, yeah, that's a sequence for the illustration that I had my friend do. That's what I wanted. Is that moment where like he cuts his hand with the thing, and then the blood comes out, and that's kind of like during his transformation sequence. Yeah, that's great. That's like epitome Matthew right there. That's his main thing that he does, so that's great. But try to keep your wits about you, for interactions with the demonic will affect your hero's sanity points. Oh yeah, SP でしょ? SP! That shit gets scary. Ah, man, yeah, if you've played Shadow Hearts and you got into a bind with your SP quickly draining, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm out of SP, and oh, I'm all berserked, and you're dead. It can be really scary. So it adds a really interesting aspect to just typical JRPG battles, so... Lose too many, and your allies will succumb to madness, gaining strength and losing composure. But all may not be lost, as that boost in power might be just what you need to turn the tide in battle. Yeah, see? Exactly. If you plan really, really well, because once your SP is gone, all of your stats go up, even though you're completely berserked and you can't control the character anymore. So you just literally put your controller down, put it down, and just let it go. It could work out in your favor, and that's also something really interesting. I would like to see like a story battle in which that is actually necessary to win a battle, like a boss battle or something, like a really, really important part in the story where you have to go fucking ape shit. You have to lose control in order to win that battle. And then after that, we'll see what the consequences might be. It might be insane. So I just really like that idea and the implications that it has for the characters as well. I think that's absolutely amazing. All right, let's keep going. So, enemies. Europe and the US experienced a slew of assassinations of the wealthy elite and government officials after the Great World War ended. Left at every scene was an electrum coin emblazoned with the image of a dog and a phrase written in ancient Greek, "By my hands deliver God's judgment unto thee." I totally don't remember this. Society viewed the work of these hellhounders as more mindless violence by insane anarchists, but their zeal was enough to instill fear in the hearts of the shady moguls who lurked in the darkness. But they are not the only threat Matthew will have to face throughout his journey. What do you got? Okay, so I have a Mac, so I haven't been able to play Hellbound. I installed it on my really small tablet, but it can't play anything. It very narrowly was able to open the start screen only. I could hear a little bit of the music, and that's basically all I could do. Until I get a new computer or something. Yeah, I am not able to play it. So, I don't know. What do you think about the Hellhounders? Sariel. I'm really curious about Sariel because his design looks a lot like Matthew. Like, if you were to imagine what his father would look like, that would be him, I would think. Yeah, it's super crazy. Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, when your SP drains, that's basically what happens. You totally go berserk. It's berserker mode. Yeah, so that idea was not anything new, and I'm sure that wasn't the first time that was used either. So, Motofuji. The Motofuji is a mysterious grotesquerie. You've heard that in the Yokoverse. Grotesquerie that appears in Golgotha Asylum. It discharges copious amounts of malice. Oh, here comes the cat. Hi, honey. You woke up. Hi, beast. You woke up. Come here. I am talking too loud. Copious amounts of malice, energy born from negative human emotion, and allegedly the culprit behind the asylum patient's transformations. This negative miasma that seeps out from every pore of the hideous Motofujis invades the patient's bodies. And minds, awaking despicable desires. Now, hold on. If you're going back to Shadow Hearts 2, there was a sequence. Oh, spoiler talk, yo. If you don't want to hear spoilers, please beware. I'm going to talk about spoilers. there's a sequence later in the game where Nikolai, he opens the gates that lets all the malice from some other world into the real world, right? I don't really remember what happened after that, how that was circumvented, but I kind of think it just went rampant. I don't think they were even able to do anything about that. It just got out, and that's just the way it is. So that would be really interesting to see if this was somehow connected to what Nikolai did. That would be super interesting. いや、しゃみ。ちょっと待って。Hold on. Pay separately for the Steam version. What are you talking about? Are you talking about Hellbound? Hellbound is a completely separate thing from the Kickstarter. That's another thing that I want to go through, is that there's a lot of misconceptions going on as far as Hellbound is concerned. So I really want to kind of dispel a lot of these misconceptions and falsehoods that are actually being spread around by people who maybe just haven't been able to read up on all the updates and stuff. So I'll try to get into that. I wanted to wait a little bit before I released my complete FAQ. So I might just go through it without showing it on the screen. Like just going through a couple points, because I want to release that as like an official kind of thing. So all right, so let's go on. What is that? Mellifluous patience. Defeating the Motofuji does nothing to revert the monstrous transformations of the asylum's patients. Long devoid of all intelligence and emotion, these zombies have but one goal in mind: devour as much living flesh and vital energy as they can get their rotting fingers on. Spurned by their instinct to drown their bodies in malice, these patients shock the NYPD with a brutal, bloody onslaught. Bleh. What is this? Mellifluous patient. Naruhodo. So we got Motofuji and mellifluous patient. Dear God, that's hard to say. Is it just me? It's probably just me. This fucker. All right. For anyone who is familiar with Shadow Hearts, you will absolutely recognize this asshole. This dude, he is the god of death, basically. Shinigami, ne? Yeah, so he's being called Atom. He's Atman. Atman is his name. Atman. He's missing a letter. Yuri beat the fucking A out of his name. Oh no, it was the N. Yuri beat the N out of him. Fuck yeah, that's amazing. All right. More spoilers. More Shadow Hearts spoilers. Okay, so for Shadow Hearts, the main series, there's Shadow Hearts 1 and Shadow Hearts 2. So the way that 1 is connected to 2 is that it's the bad ending in Shadow Hearts 1 that connects directly into Shadow Hearts 2. But it's the good ending in Shadow Hearts 2 that circles back into the beginning of Shadow Hearts 1 so that you can continue for the good ending. And that's where this is supposed to take place. So it's all, the continuity is there. It's all within the same universe. It's just they're not really able to say anything specifically because of copyright issues. Since this is supposedly it's a spiritual successor, it's all within the same. Come on, fuck off. You know, it's like Aruze. They need to either do something with the IP or get rid of it. I'm so tired of these big companies just hogging IPs so that the creative minds behind them aren't able to do a goddamn thing about it. It's so irritating. I get the business behind it. I really do. Believe me, I do. But it's still bullshit, and it sucks as a creative person. So yeah, that's why I really want to try to support these guys as much as I can, because you have to support creative minds. Otherwise, everybody is just a slave to some huge corporate business, which is bullcrap, you know? It's horrible. Yeah. Well, with Shadow Hearts 2, there is already that kind of that weird circular timeline going on. Hello, welcome. Thank you very much for joining. I'm just still talking about the Penny Blood Kickstarter, so I'm just going through some of the old things that were on the website. Okay. So this dude, yeah. So he's basically the god of death that had attached himself to the soul of Yuri, and it was this guy that was going to steal his soul. Until, okay, lots of spoilers here, please beware. Until Alice, she basically said, no, don't take his soul, take mine instead. So that's basically what happened, is that she saved him in the end by sacrificing herself. So that's the end. That's the bad end in Shadow Hearts 1, is when they're, oh, it's so horrible. They're sitting on the train, and she dies just sitting there next to him. And it's like, oh, it's so heartbreaking. I can't deal with it. I can't. Every time I hear that music, it's like, I'm done. I just can't deal with it. I'm getting emotional already. Hi. All right, so so this asshole, this guy, so eventually, so that's what happened in the bad ending of Shadow Hearts 1. So then you start Shadow Hearts 2, and then you get the good ending, and you can go back and you can fight this ass, and you can defeat him. So that's the good ending in Shadow Hearts 1, is actually when you defeat him. Oh, God. So it's really funny. So this description here, it makes more sense here. Hold on. A manifestation of darkness, I can't even say that word, of darkness that has taken root within Matthew's psyche. However, unbeknownst to him, Atam is the Lord of Death, commanding over the 7 deadly sins, demons representing the sins of lust, gluttony, greed, sloth, wrath, envy, and pride. Several years ago, Atam failed in its attempt to curse and murder the man who is its previous host. That was Yuri, yo. That was Yuri. He got the shit fucked out of him from Yuri. Oh, it's so great. After that man beat Atam within inches of its own life, it sought out a new host. Now it lies dormant within a new soul, focused on nothing but regaining its power until it can one day be reborn anew. Ugh. Yeah. So Yuri really dealt some amazing shit to that guy. That's so great. Oh, man. Okay, great. Yeah. Hold on a second. I'm having trouble. Oops. Hold on. 1 second. It's hard for me to see the chat because it's not. Hold on a second. That should be able. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So. Hi. All right. So I don't think I'm gonna touch on much more of this because I kind of don't want to reread this and kind of put it in my memory again. I want to kind of, I don't know. A lot of people want to know like more about the story and shit, but it's like the less I know, the better. I'm I kind of think just because it was a Kickstarter, they had to release a lot of information on a bunch of different characters and stuff. And I really understand that, but I would rather not know those kind of things until I experience it myself. The less I know, the better for me. But let's take a look a little bit, at least, to the team who's involved in this. So the Penny Blood overall game designer and scenario writer. So this is Matsuzo Machida. He's an amazing dude. There are some really old photos of him from like previous Shadow Hearts materials and stuff. I've got a couple books and stuff that has his photo, and dear God, does he look exactly like Yuri. It was like, holy crap, Machida-san. Were you doing a cosplay? Were you intentionally meaning to do that? Because you look exactly like Yuri. It's so funny. Oh my God. All right. So yeah, Machida-san was also a part of the Kodelka development team, but I think he was more of a smaller developer at the time. He kind of took over after Kikuta-san left the whole thing. So what's it say? The Kickstarter campaign will be a tremendous challenge for us. Oh, this is a quote for him. Okay. Well, Armed Fantasia, how do you say that? Armed Fantasia walks in the light as a traditionally styled update of a classic JRPG. We must walk in the dark, shadowy alleys of the JRPG dumb. This is kind of hard to read just because it's justified. Please do not use justification for your paragraphs in English. It does not work. It's really, really difficult to read. Maybe it's just me, but I really dislike justified paragraphs. Please use left or centered or something. Just anything but justified. It really annoys me. It works better with Japanese, but not with English. Blah, 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 blah. What I'm trying to say is Penny Blood is basically going to be the kick-ass Dark Knight of the JRPG world. While these two games may seem different at first glance, we're going to do our best to make sure they both become amazing experiences in their own rights. So please give us your support. Ha ha ha. Okay, so other people in the dev team. We have character designer and art director. That's Miyako Kato. She's amazing. And of course, the main composer is Yoshitaka Hirota-san. Yes. Also with some other music by Akari Kaida. And visual director by Tsuyoshi Watanabe. Monster designer by Nobutaka Hanya-san. He often posts illustrations and stuff. Either Hanya, it's Hanya and Watanabe, one of them. I forget exactly who. Masato Watanabe is the concept artist. I forget. Yeah, so there's two Watanabes, so I tend to get confused which one is always posting. One of them posts, very frequently, amazing watercolor artworks. Oh, it's so great. I want to say that's the visual concept. Doudaro dochika. That's really bad of me. I'm really sorry. I can't remember exactly who that is right now, but it's one of the Watanabes who does the amazing watercolor arts. And of course, the mastermind is Monaka. Monaka-chan is so cute. I've been watching their posts ever since they got her as a kitten. She is so cute. I think she's gosh, how old is she now? She's around 8 or something like that. I totally don't remember. 5, 8? I don't know. It's something between there. Hi. All right, let me check the chat and see what's going on. Yeah. The time loop. There's a huge time loop going on with Shadow Hearts 1 and 2. Hi. So I think that's all that I want to cover for the Kickstarter right now. There's still a ton of information. So basically speaking, kikaku, how do you say the plan? like planning is all by Studio Wild Rose, so that's gonna be like um basically all these guys. No, it's not all of them. It's Machida Kato, like Watanabe, Hanya, Monaka. They're all Wild Rose. The others are kind of outsourced. And then you have the main game development, which is by Shade. And I'm kind of worried about Shade. I've known them ever since the Grand Stream Saga, way back in the day. I played that. I really enjoyed that game a lot. The gameplay was kind of but I still enjoyed the game all the way through. But more recently, their website is kind of gone, and that's never a good sign of anything. So, I just looked up their address and stuff, and there's still tenants in the building, apparently. So maybe it's just the website that they're not able to maintain or something like that. It is what it is, but not every company needs to have a website. I understand that. So they're, I don't know. It's just a little bit concerning. Elements Garden. Oh yeah. So that's on the. Oh my. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. So that is the Kickstarter stuff. Hi. So let's take a look at my agenda. Hello. Welcome. ちょっと待ってね. Grand Stream Saga combat was a little bit tricky to get used to, but once you get used to it, it wasn't that bad. Going back to it nowadays, because that was a PlayStation 1 game, it's a little bit rough. Yeah, it did not age well, let's just say. Especially the poor 3D graphics. It was pretty lacking. Like, you had so many faces without any like facial anything. No eyes, no noses, nothing. It was just a blank round thing. I mean, shit, that was PS1 days, so yeah. It's just really difficult looking back at it now because of where we're positioned in time with technology right now. So it's really kind of tricky that way. Hi. All right, so let's take a look at the list. So that's pretty much all that I wanted to talk about the Kickstarter. So let's go on with skimming through the Discord. Oh, hi. どうだろうね. This is kind of what I wanted to look at. そうだな. All right, I'm not gonna totally focus on this all that much. Because the less I remember, the better. I really don't want to. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Maybe some of you feel the same kind of way, but it's like the less you know about a story, the better. So, all right. Let's just take a look. I'm just gonna skim, see if I can find anything. With the current funding. See, that's the thing, though. There is no funding unless you have a publisher. Sorry, that's just the way it is. The way that Kickstarter works is that is the funds that you use to start a project. That doesn't mean that even if your Kickstarter is successful, it doesn't mean that you're successful in securing a publisher, which is the party that will be paying for the actual development of your game. So not a lot of people really understand that. They just get this idea that, oh, my money, I paid for this Kickstarter and you were successful, so you should have plenty of money to make your game. No, sorry, that's not the way it works. I'm really sorry to break it to you, honey. but that's just the way it is. So here, this question, it says, with the current funding, is it possible to make the world and length of Penny Blood as large as Shadow Hearts 2? The specs of the hardware have changed a lot since Shadow Hearts 2, but we do want to make it as large. Yeah, see, when you're aiming to do like more kind of games that are created in this era. So if you imagine like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, or Dragon Quest, or whatever else RPGs and shit that are made these days, those cost a ton of money. I don't really think that the general consumer understands exactly how much money is put into this, because you're paying people's salaries. You have to understand this. You are literally paying people to make this game. So when people are saying, oh, you can make this game with less money, you don't need that much. Excuse me? You want to have all these people working on this game pretty much for free for 3 years? Fuck the right off. No. People deserve to have a career that doesn't put them in destitute. It's I don't know. I just really think that the general consumer, they don't understand how business works, and because they only have like short-sighted view of things. It's like, oh, I just want to have a game and play my game, and I want my game to be really cheap so that I can play it, and it's like, okay, well, do you know how much money it costs to make that game? Do you? Okay, do you know how many people it took to make that game? Okay. It tends to get really irritating when you have to like educate consumers. It's like, learn about the world, please. Learn about business and marketing and all that shit, and you'll understand. It's not as pretty as it may seem. Oh yeah, this was another topic that was brought up recently, talking about difficulty levels. So the original Shadow Hearts games, they did not have any difficulty levels. I mean, if you just imagine, just generally speaking, JRPGs do not have difficulty levels that you select at the beginning of a game. Generally speaking, there are some that break that rule, but especially with the Shadow Hearts games, the way that they handle that is that they have many special items that you can equip that will make your gameplay much more difficult. So that is their idea of like difficulty levels. If you want it to be more difficult, then get those items and equip them, and it will be more difficult for you. If you don't want it to be as difficult, then don't use those items. That's entirely up to you. But it's not like a specific mode or difficulty level that you intentionally select at the beginning of a game. It's different than that. But yes, you can make it more difficult if you wanted. See, as a writer, this really hits me, because I am exactly the same way. Whenever I'm writing a story, I think of the main key points. It's like the main turning points. Those are the scenes that I really flesh out the most, because that's the most impactful and the most important to lead the story into the next level, right? It's all the little points that connect to those that are really difficult for me, all the in-between shit, because I get bored really easily. So it's like, if I'm focusing on the main key points of a story, it's like, I see this key point and I see that key point, but I need something in the middle to connect the two. And for me, that's really difficult, and I tend to get bored and lose interest after so long. So that's super interesting. Yeah, so he's talking about when developing a new story, what's the first thing you think of? In my head, I try to imagine what's the most impactful scene will be. What the most impactful scene will be. Yeah, so it's those key points that are very, very important. Those are the number one points that you really need to develop the most and be absolutely fucking sure that you know what you're doing. You have to develop that so much, and it's not just from a character level. You have to know how to manipulate the reader or the audience's emotion. You have to be very, very acute. You have to be in tune with your audience's emotions. You're basically a wizard in that way, how you're like manipulating everyone's emotions through all of these different sequences. And that's also why the scenes before pivotal scenes are also very important, because you're laying the groundwork for those really pivotal scenes to be as impactful as they can be. If you don't lay that groundwork, then it's not going to really hit very hard, not as hard as it could. So it's really tricky. You have to really plan in the early stages. Exactly. You have to be very, like, it's almost like drawing a map, you know. I mean, basically that's what we do when we're writing a story. We're actually drawing a map from point A to point B, the end, the beginning, the middle, and all that shit. So any plans to go to Tokyo Game Show? No. See, this was very old though. This was an old statement. I mean, this is tricky though, because I think what the question is trying to say is, do you have any plans of having like an exhibition or a booth or something for Penny Blood? Because that costs a lot of money. If you ever look into it, how much people pay for booths. Booths, not booze. It's super expensive. So, yeah. So thank you very much to everybody at Cryware who lent their booth to Hirota-san last time at BitSummit. That was very kind of them to do that. So thank you very much. Yeah. On their part, I thank you. What is this? One of the most endearing elements of Shadow Hearts for me was the romance between Alice and Yuri. It added stakes and gave a lot of heart without trying to spoil anything. Will there be any romance in Penny Blood? Of course, but it will be different from the romance between Alice and Yuri. This, I don't want it to be the same, basically. Because what we had with those two characters was, it was so unique and special. And they didn't get enough time together. I mean, this was also way back in the day on a PlayStation 2 game. So it's not like there was all that much character development. Most of it was just in your head and as you imagined the spaces in between and stuff. But especially with Shadow Hearts 2, those sequences, oh god, it just killed me. If we get shit like that in this, I'm gonna be dead. I swear to god, I can't. See, that's a master storyteller right there, to be able to manipulate your feelings in such a hardcore way. You know, it's like you have no choice but to feel that way about the characters, you know? So it's, oh man, I can only imagine what's in store for Penny Blood and those characters. That's like, and especially me since I'm a writer too. It's like I kind of know, I kind of know what it's like about laying the groundwork to effectively torture your character nigh on death. It might be better for them to die than to survive and deal with all the shit that you leave them with. It's so rough. Dear God. All right. How long are we're going on? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Convention spaces are very expensive. I looked it up before, and I can't really remember exactly how much it was for Tokyo Game Show, but it was pretty insane. It's like no individual would be able to ever do that. It's like, well, if you were rich or something, then maybe you could, but but a general indie, dear God, it's like, wow. I mean, they're paying it though, who knows. Are you available for interviews? I have an RPG channel and I'm very interested in talking about the game. Yes, PR. Ha! Naruhodo. Naruhodo. I kind of think they're lagging a little bit. I recently wrote to them maybe a week or two ago about various things. Uh, but I think they've been kind of busy. So I hope everybody is doing well. I don't want to read any more of this. I'm kind of tired. I'm tired of reading that. Okay, so let's end that. Where is this? End. End. I'm done with it. All right. So if you need a break, please take a break. I'm gonna stretch just a little bit. Maybe just chat without really looking too much at my list. What was next? Ah. Okay. This is shit I can do. I like to promote people's things, so. Alright, so we're gonna talk more about, yeah, the upcoming events in Kyoto and Tokyo. Alright, we'll do that. Alright, so if you need a break, please feel free to do so. I will be looking for the photo that I need, because I didn't get it ready. ですね. I've been trying to promote this as much as I can on my Twitter. Maybe it's getting annoying to some people. Oh shit. I have to log in. Okay. Alright, well, maybe we'll get rid of that then. ですね, new window. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the flyer for Hirota's upcoming event. So I have both English and Japanese versions of this. The Japanese version was Hirota-san. He published that himself. So I'm just using that as a basis. And then I made the one in English to help promote this event. So hopefully it's okay. Like the design and shit is okay. ちょっと待って。はい。で。So, yeah, for me personally, I've been a fan. Okay, so I talked about this a long time ago in my video, Here, I'll show you. Um, ちょっと待ってね. It's an old video that I did. Oops, I did it wrong. ちょっと待ってね. I think it was about a year ago. Yeah, this one. Oh my god. Yeah, this is old video. Let me post it. So this is an old video that I had made. It was just a very casual talk, very similar to what I'm doing right now. Uh, how do I paste? Edit, paste. Paste. No! What the fuck? It did something weird. It did something weird. What? Oh my god. It's freaking out. It's pasting the wrong thing. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, okay. Dear Lord. Alright, so this is a very old video that I had done. Let's see if we can do that. Oh, did I delete it? あ、これか。Hold on a minute. We'll switch it over to this. Yes, this one. Okay. Yeah, so it's this video here. So this is basically where I was talking about the Kickstarter, Shadow Hearts, like my experience with Shadow Hearts and stuff like that. And a ton of other stuff. So this was an hour and a half of just me like gabbing about shit. Oh god. This was my ancient Shadow Hearts website that I made back in the day. So this was from 2004, yo. I stole some of the code from an EasyBoard chat. I don't think EasyBoards even exists anymore. So the thing on the left, that it was like a scrolling text box. I stole that code from EasyBoard. I learned how to use it. Dear God. So it's pretty entertaining. So anyway, yeah. So that was that ancient thing. What was the point? Oh, okay. All right. So what I was talking about was we're gonna talk about Hirota's gig coming up in Kyoto and Tokyo. So hold on a second. Oops. That has nothing to do with anything. That's near shit. Why is that? What the fuck? Okay. Random image of A2. That was some merch. Don't mind me. Ah, here we go. Okay, okay. Hi. Oh, shit. This gets quite irritating. Alright, so this is... I guess I'll do it here, so you can still kind of see me. Ta-da! Oh! There, okay. Hi. So this dude... Alright, so this is, talking about... This is the flyer for Hirota's upcoming music gigs in Kyoto and Tokyo later on in next month, actually. So this is what he's calling is his collaborative performances. So this is going to be with and extremely talented. I mean, they all are, but still. Let's see if we can make this bigger. So this dude, this is Benjamin. I don't know how to say it. Noose. He's an amazing pianist. Oh my god. So I'm absolutely going to be dead. I'm always dead when I'm like the first couple notes of Alice's theme. I can't deal with it. I'm gone. I'm dead within the first two notes. It's like with the first note I know what song it is. With the second one it's like I'm already dead. So for Benjamin to be performing the piano for this, oh god, I'm I'm going to be an emotional wreck this whole entire time. It's gonna be kind of funny. So for anyone who's going to this concert and you see me like oh man, it's gonna be bad. Maybe I shouldn't wear makeup, but because it's gonna just be all it's gonna be really bad. So this is Hirota-san with his cello. Holy shit. So it says electro. I'm not exactly sure what he means by electro. I really kind of wonder if he's only going to be playing the cello or if he's also going to have his bass guitar as well. I would love to hear his bass guitar, not just cello, because so many of his pieces are amazing with the guitar, just the regular bass. But electro, I think that's what's talking like his DJ kind of thing, kind of like with Hellbound. Most of that is like interactive kind of music and stuff. So I think that's what that's alluding to. But I really wish that he would also do his guitar as well, not just the cello. And then this is Isomura Shaono. Isomura. So if you're familiar with any of the music from Shadow Hearts, and if you hear a violin anywhere, that's him. That's this dude. So, just like with the piano, how it grips your emotions, I'm gonna be so incredibly dead for these performances. It's gonna be really insane. Waterproof makeup. Yeah. I don't got any of that, man. Shit. I don't think that really exists here in Japan. I've never seen it. Maybe it does, but I don't know. Anyway. Shit. I'm having trouble moving things around. One moment. Alright. So, more details. So, first of all, the first concert is going to be in Kyoto. So this is Monday, September 16th. This is in Kyoto. It's going to be at 6 p.m. If you get an early reservation, you can have like 500 yen off. Otherwise, it's 45 at the door plus a drink. So it's 5,000 yen. It's a little bit expensive, but yeah, it is what it is. Tuesday, September 17th, there are two events going on. The first one is what's called a backstreet walk, which is just kind of like tourist, like walking around the area of Kyoto with the other performers. So that's going to be Hirota, maybe Isomura, and also Benjamin. I think all three of them are going to be joining us. Just sightseeing around Kyoto. So that's gonna be amazing. The last time, this is so embarrassing. The last time I went sightseeing around Kyoto was with my ex's mother and little sister as a sorry kind of thing. Sorry it didn't work out. Condolence tour, I guess. I mean, it was nice of them and all, but I was kind of like, okay. It was a little weird. But anyway. So that should be nice. I'm just a little bit worried about my leg because I'm still not 100%, and I still have to be really careful of how to walk, like where I walk and stuff. So it's like if I twist my ankle again, it's gonna be over. So I'm gonna have to be really, really careful. I'm probably gonna wear more than necessary bindings on my foot just in case. I know my doctor he told me that I didn't need any of the supporters and stuff. It's mostly to help build the muscle back in my foot because I know it's not good right now. So, but I don't know. I think I kind of need to wear it at least a little bit. Then that night is going to be a mini live performance and also talk show. So that should be also amazing. Then the following day is going over to Tokyo. We'll be returning to Tokyo area. So that will be over in Ikebukuro, with another concert similar to the first day in Kyoto. But what's interesting is that Isomura-san, he already told us that they're going to be performing unique themes for each concert. So it doesn't necessarily mean that all of the themes that they play are going to be unique for each concert, but there will be some themes that will only be performed in Kyoto and only in Tokyo. So that gives an incentive for people to come out as much as they can. So that's also kind of why I'm excited to be able to go to all of these because I need to. I mean, it's like this is my one of my top favorite games of all time. So it's like I never had the opportunity to do anything like this back in the day, you know? So it's like now I do, then therefore I have to. You know, that kind of thing. There's no other choice but to do it. So, I hope to at least write some English articles and stuff, like reviews and like recaps of all of the events to help promote Penny Blood, because that's my whole purpose with this, right? Because, you know, hello. I'll be wearing the shirt. I'm wearing it today, but you know, it's so well made. I'm really happy the way that they make the white shirts. I was a little bit upset with the black one. But this is an inkjet print, so it's not like an iron-on. The iron-on ones are much more detailed, I think, but I don't like how the iron-ons, you can see like the border line of where it was printed and stuff. I hate that so much. And plus those are they're so much heavier and therefore hot. So if you're wearing that at Tokyo Game Show, you're going to be dead. So, these are just test prints, so I might get some more later if I have money. If I do, I need to get it done like quickly because time is running out. So anyway, going on. Also, so if you're not in Japan and you're not able to go to these concerts, they are talking about doing like this here at the very bottom, this italic stuff. Please stay tuned for additional information on ticket reservations, broadcasts on Twitcast, and the Kyoto Backstreet Walk. So they are trying to get a system where you're able to watch the concerts online. So with Twitcast, I'm not sure that many people outside of Japan actually knows what that is. Hold on a minute. Twitcast. It's basically like YouTube or Twitch, but generally speaking, it's what's used in Japan. Hold on one second. So this is what Twitcast looks like. So you can see there's lots of VTubers and just people like there's a lot of stuff going on live right now. I mean, it's your typical shit like this. There's some, yeah, sus content, but it is what it is. Tweetcast is related to Twitter, which is really funny because now that Elon Musk, he wanted to change the name, so this should be Xcast. Oh no, Xcast. Danger. Yeah. So anyway, that's that. Hi. Moving on. What's next? Oh, the little bit about. Okay. BitSummit ね。BitSummit. My friend had some decent photos from that. I'm not sure. Hold on. I think I might have posted a couple photos from that with like blurred images just to hide people's faces because I wasn't sure that they wanted me to post those photos. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Yeah, when was BitSummit? I think it was July, earlier in July. I'm not finding it right now. Ah! Atta! Attaぜ. Oh. これだな. Oh. これだな. Okay. これでいいわ. Alright, hold on. ちょっと待って. Where's the thing? Window capture. Okay. Right. Yeah, so this is a look at the Cryware booth at BitSummit. So this was at the end of July. Yeah, the end of July. So you can see the guys in the blue are the folks, the staff from Cryware. The others I'm not too sure about in the black shirts. Hold on. I think maybe they're from Natsume Atari. Because it was kind of like a collaboration between all of them. And of course, Hirota-san, he's right there in the middle with the skull shirt and the hat. That's Hirota-san. But what's also really nice is that they had a segment, a place where people could play the game, actually. So this is Penny Blood Hellbound. So this is a game that's completely separate from the Kickstarter. It has nothing to do with the Kickstarter. So a lot of people have this ill-conceived notion that money that they spent on the Kickstarter for the mainline game, Penny Blood, was used for this standalone game that they heard nothing about. And that's absolutely false. It has nothing to do with that. You can read up more about that, and I tried to explain it as well as I could, but yeah, so for the general consumer, it's a little bit difficult of a pill to swallow, I guess. But at least they were people who went to BitSummit, they were able to play the demo or whatever that they had available there at the Cryware booth, which is really nice. And yeah, so for this was a 2-day event. BitSummit, it was a 2-day event, and Hirota-san, he had 2 events on each day of demonstrating his interactive music style, which is really interesting, and it's actually used in Hellbound. So if you have played the game, you might understand what that means. Is that depending on various circumstances within the game, the music will change very slightly. So that's what it means with interactive. So depending on your own play style or whatever you're doing in the game, the music will change to match that play, whatever you're doing in the game. So that's what I believe they demonstrated there at the Cryware booth. I didn't go there myself, so it's just I heard from a third party. So hi. So that's that. What else? Are we done? Oh, we might be done. Okay. If there's anything else you guys wanted to talk about, I can talk about stuff. I mean, I can talk forever. It's only 10:30, so I can do whatever else. Tifa! I love that sequence so much. There's been a lot of weird shit going. Have you followed that on Twitter? It's been kind of insane going on with like with Cloties and what the fluck Clarith. Yeah, it tends to get kind of insane, so I try to stay away from the main like whoa stuff. Yeah, but talking about Penny Blood though, the next update should be soon. The next we get like monthly updates and stuff, so the next update should be at the beginning of September, so that's going to be in the next couple days. So we should hear something a little more about that. Oh, do you want to hear a little bit more about Komike? Here, I'll show you a little bit about that. Hold on a second. I don't know how to look for anything. Oops. So I applied for oops. 105 to show. I applied for a booth for the upcoming winter comic market. It's called Komike, Fuyukomi, for winter comic market. So I applied for it. I paid for the registration fees. So all of that is done. All they have to do is like approve my application and get me a single booth. So when you're applying, you're able to get a full table or a half table. So this is my first time ever trying to apply, so it's like I felt kind of weird getting a whole table. It's like I don't have many things to like sell, so I mostly just want to like help promote the game and stuff, and just creatively like engage with other gaming fans in that way, creatively with my own story. It has nothing to do with anyone official whatsoever. It's my own story that I'm going to be writing. I'm still in the process of plotting it right now. So I've made a lot of like notes and ideas, and I kind of have an idea of what I'm going to be doing by now. But I still want to plot it out a little bit better. And because I don't want it to be a really long story, I want it to be I don't want it to be 20 pages. 20 pages is probably going to be too long. Of course, it's going to depend on how I get it printed and stuff. So, but to have to write it. See, I've always been really bad with writing short stories because, oh God, yeah. In 8th grade, my creative story was so long. It just went on and on and on. And I had my best friend read it for me because everybody had to read it or have somebody else read it. I was such a coward. I couldn't read my own goddamn story. I had my friend do it. That's so pathetic. But anyway, yeah. Yeah. So what I want to do with that is Of course, I'm writing it in English, so I want it to be translated in Japanese. So what I want is to make a book where one side, like this side where the book opens normally for Western style, I want that to be the English side. But where the book opens this way for, oh, you can't see, for Eastern style, like Japan style, I want that to be the English side. Japanese. Sorry, my brain is getting combobulated. Yeah, so one side will be English, one side will be Japanese, but both, one single book will have both languages in it, is what I really want to do. But I can translate Japanese into English fine myself, but going from English to Japanese, I'm kind of really bad at that. So I'm kind of thinking about what to do about that. I'd really like a professional translator to do it. So I do have friends who are professional translators, so I'm not so sure if they've done it opposite though. I know that they've done Japanese to English, but I'm not so sure about the other way around, so I'll have to check about that. But I would really like as professional as possible translation, which is really gonna be difficult anyway because it's been such a long time since I've written anything, so whatever I write might be shit to begin with. So for anybody to try to translate it into Japanese, it might be kind of insane. Oh, I didn't have the music on. Shit. I didn't have the music on this whole entire time. I'm sorry. See, yeah. That's why we need, like, a director. I can only do so much on my own. Yeah. So if there's anything else you'd like me to talk about, please let me know. Otherwise, I might end here. コミケはね、そう。コミケはさ、ですね。If you see the official website, it's like it really needs to be updated. I swear to God. It's like this website is so like from the early 90s. This kind of shit. It's like I'm surprised that we don't have like a bunch of animated GIFs throughout the whole entire page. It's like, oh God. Anyone designing a website and it looks like this, please stop. This drives me absolutely insane. This is like totally text overload for me. I can't deal with this. So, yeah, I would really like to know who designs this website because this is horrible. Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, come on. We have all these like little, little icons for each website and shit. That was like from like 1994 shit. Right? Yeah, see? This is one of the GIFs. That's what was super popular back in the day. But it's like, hello, it's 2024. Time to upgrade, please. This website is so crap. What? Oh, well, there you go. There's the original date since 1998. Oh, you can't see it. Hold on. You can't see it. Wait a minute. You can't see it. Oh, you can't see it. Why? Hold on. Ah. I don't know why you can't see it. Oh, you can't see it. Oh, that sucks. All right, I think it's because I have the bottom cut off. So let me try it. Yeah. Oops. Yeah, there you can see it. The date down here at the very bottom, since December 9, 1998. So that's exactly what they're doing. They haven't, I really want to say that they haven't redesigned this website. Maybe they have a couple times throughout the years, but really, this has not been redesigned ever since then. No, I'm sorry. With all this text and shit, that was like super popular back in the day in the 90s. So that's pretty funny. But anyway, yeah, so I'm kind of excited. How do you say cobweb site in Japanese? See, I don't even know that terminology. Is that how you like what the fuck was it? The GeoCities. I used to have a GeoCities site. Cobwebs. Yeah, like an ancient, yeah, early internet day web design. It's exactly what this is, yo. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's something nostalgic about it. Absolutely. Yeah, Alta Vista. Alta Vista. I had a site on that as well. Oh, God. Oh, that's funny. Wow. Yeah, dude. I think some of my ancient sites you can still find on like the Wayback Machine or something like that. It's really hilarious. I don't even remember what they were. I can't remember the names. Each one had like a different username and stuff, so hi. Hi. All right, so if anyone else has something worthwhile to talk about, I'll bring it up. Otherwise, I'm done. It's going on 11 o'clock. I can always talk more, so as long as there's something to talk about, please let me know. What? You got something to talk about? Let me know. Trying to think. Something related to Penny Blood. Or at least Shadow Hearts, right? Oh, well. I wonder. I might have to turn my stuff off real quick. All right, hold on. Let me go AFK for just a second, and I'll be right back. 1 second. All right, 1 second. I might be able to change my camera, but I don't know how nasty my room is in the background, so hold on. I can try to switch it. Hold on 1 second. It might be super nasty because I haven't cleaned my room in a long time. Where's my camera? Camera. It's not that bad. Oops. ちょっと待って。I don't know why it won't let me. Oh, hi. Okay. ちょっと待って。Oh, Misa, now she's gonna mew. Why is she mewy? Oh, shoot. Fit to screen. That's not that bad, I guess. Alright. Misa. Alright. So, what I wanted to talk about a little bit is more of the obscure kind of Shadow Hearts material, I guess. Like back for the Osaka Penny Blood concert and stuff, they had these really nice little papers, I guess, promoting the thing. So that was super cool. I picked up a couple before I left. Totally unrelated to that. Excuse me. This, I really have no clue what this is. I guess it's like a promotional booklet from Aruze. And this kind of drives me really insane because of how many different ways that people pronounce this company. But it's specifically a Japanese name, yo. So anyone who's saying Aruz or Aruz or anything like that is incorrect. This is, I mentioned this on my Twitter before. Well, it has an address on it too. Whoops, my bad. Please don't call it. I doubt it exists anymore. But anyway, but it's from the Japanese term aruze. Aruze. So, nandemo aruze is the phrase that it comes from. So, we can do anything, basically, is their key phrase for this company. That's why it's aruze. So, please keep that in mind when you're talking about this company. It's not a ruse, it's not a rouse, or it's not whatever else people are trying to pronounce it. It's aruze. It's specifically Japanese pronunciation. So I get how, when you try to pronounce this in English, it becomes a ruse or something like that with the silent E. You know that in phonics and all that crap. But this is not an English word, nor is it meant to be pronounced as such. So just keep that in mind. And yeah, it is what it is. It kind of drives me nuts. Aruze. 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 いっぱいあるぜ。たくさんあるぜ。たくさん飲み物あるぜ。イエーイ。的な。はい。Oh, yeah. That's also something that I need to watch out for. So, 11:30 ne? 11:30 I have to switch over to watching Nier on TV. It's a quarter to 11 right now, so I still have a while until then. This is really interesting. The Judgment Book. Shadow Hearts Judgment Book. This is from Famitsu PlayStation. So, I don't even remember what this is. Ah, I don't need to open that. I need to just do this. Okay. These booklets are really well made. Just with like the material that they have. It's kind of like a shiny paper material. It's kind of hard, like a matte. It's sort of matte, but also shiny. I don't know, maybe that's what matte is. For all players, it says on the back. For all players. は So this is a book which contains various things from the first Shadow Hearts. It contains information on the characters, fusion monsters, an area guide, enemies, items, events, and special information. Exclamation point. Ah, yeah, so things like this. That's super cool. With all the character illustrations by Kato-san. Yeah, some of these you don't really get to see. Like, I don't remember that illustration of Kawashima. Damn, I don't remember that at all. And then it has all of Yuri's, like, fusion monsters and stuff. And then it goes into, like, various points of the game, like, with enemies and stuff. Like, a little bit of a walkthrough, the very beginning part of the game. Yeah. A couple of the enemies, some of the monsters and stuff. Yeah. Some of the monster designs in this game are absolutely amazing. They're completely from nightmares. They're very much nightmare material, so I'm kind of looking forward to the monsters in Pennyblood to see how well they match up with this. Then we have some weapons, items, defense items, and things. Some more information on various points of the gameplay. And that's about it. Yeah, then there is this triple chance campaign. Yeah. So there was this campaign where you could like enter to win a telephone card, like special telephone cards that were specifically like Shadow Hearts, and also with this I don't know who this person is, but I've seen these telephone cards with this lady. I've seen that before. So it's super funny. So I guess the people who won those cards were people who entered from this book, I guess. That's pretty funny. Hi, going on. We have one more book. I think all of these are relatively rare to find. I guess I just got lucky when I looked for it. Now this paper is just regular. I want... what I want... I don't know if this was actually a booklet in one of the games. It kind of feels like it. Yeah, I want to say this is just one of the booklets from the actual game. I'll have to look at mine. I think that's basically all that it is. Yeah, so this probably isn't all that rare. It's called Original Booklet. But there's a really amazing photo of Machida-san in here. He looks so much like Yuri here. Dude! Were you trying to look like Yuri here? Because you absolutely succeeded. He looks so much like Yuri there. Oh my god. That freaked me out the first time I saw it. This was not the first time I saw that photo, so... yeah, I want to say this is a booklet that... yeah, that came with the game. Somebody just sold it separately. Oops. Hi. Hi, alright, so I guess I'm kind of out of topics to talk about, so as long as everybody is okay, I shall end here. Yeah, so if you're a fan of Shadow Hearts, or Pennyblood, or maybe you don't know anything about either of them, just follow my Twitter. You'll find out about it through that. Oh, there's one more thing that I recently got. This was a pretty rare find. I don't know where I put it though. Look at this! I found a telephone card of Uru. Oh my god. This is from the original Shadow Hearts. Check that out. It's just a regular telephone card, yo. But I think it was from Surugaya or something like that. I don't know. Damn. I love this artwork. Kato-san, come on. This artwork is amazing. Look at that. Uru. Uru daisuki. Daisuki Uru. Misa, don't barf, please. God, my cat has issues. Hi. Alright, so I guess I shall end here now. So thank you everybody for tuning in and just listening to me talk for about 2 hours straight about games and things that I love. So thank you very much for hanging out with me, and I shall probably be back again sometime soon. I don't know when that will be, but yeah. I'll probably be playing some game. How is it used? What do you mean? How is what used? The booklet? The booklet was probably just one of those, like, you know, how in games, how when you open it up, there's usually a booklet on the left side when you open it up. Unless you're talking about something else. I don't know. Oh, the telephone card? How is the telephone card used? Oh, okay, yeah, because generally speaking, pay phones in Japan, you can't use money. You have to use a telephone card. So, yeah, that's the major thing. You can't use money in a payphone. You have to use a telephone card. That was something that I learned when I first came to Japan as study abroad way back in the early 2000s. Because that was definitely a new thing. Because I didn't know how to call home. So I had to get a phone card to be able to call. So just imagine like a prepay card. That's basically what it is. It's just a prepaid card. You put money on it, and then you stick it into the phone, and then it will like count down how much money you have left on it, depending on how long you talk, stuff like that. Yeah, it's interesting. Hi. All right, so I shall end here. Thank you very much for hanging out with me. So until next time, have a good one. So long and farewell. Matane. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Look at my cool shirt again. Check this out. I love it. Check this out. Go see my friend's art. I have his link in the description. So Kubaushi. Please check it out. Yay! Arigato ne. Matane. Bye-bye.